Hello fish keepers. I'm making this video because something happened to me a while back and I was wondering if maybe the same thing had happened to you guys, and I just wanted to share what I did about it. So what happened was I bought a school of about 7 Rummynose Tetras maybe about almost a year ago. And the week that I bought them, they just all started dying kind of one by one till I was down to like 2 Rummynose Tetras. And I wasn't really happy about that because Rummynose Tetras are not like super cheap fish. And also, I wanted to see them, swim in a tight school, and I was down to 2. And so what happened was I did have another tank full of scissor-tail rasboras, as you can see, which look quite similar to Rummynose Tetras. And I wanted to see what would happen if I were to transport the surviving Rummynose Tetras to the tank of scissor-tail rasboras, if they would adapt okay. And I think my main concern was that they say once you buy a schooling fish and you get down to just 1 or 2 fish, then what happens is they, maybe become super aggressive, or they become super shy, but it's not good for, the emotional, I guess, or physical well-being of the fish if it's a schooling fish to kind of be alone. So I decided to transfer my 2 surviving Rummynose Tetras into my tank full of scissor-tail rasboras. And one of the Rummynose Tetras was like so fragile that it looked like the minute I transferred it into the tank, it just kind of went into shock and just kind of died. They do have a reputation for being kind of fragile, and I'm not sure what killed it off, but the surviving Rummynose Tetra, I noticed, seems to have been doing fine about a year into living with the scissor-tail rasboras, and it kind of looks like it gets along just fine with the scissor-tail rasboras. I don't know if it thinks that it's one of them. It'll swim among them, but scissor-tail rasboras don't really school as tightly as Rummynose do. But it's a similar looking enough fish that it doesn't look out of place. Well, at least to me, it doesn't look that out of place alone in this fish tank with the scissor-tail rasboras. I actually kind of nicknamed the Rummynose Rudolph now because it's the one with the red nose and kind of hangs out with the scissor tails. So I think that's one solution that maybe people can explore if they've been in my position where maybe they've bought Rummynose Tetras and just didn't have a lot of luck keeping them alive, or they're just in a situation where almost all their Rummynose died, and they're thinking, what now? What am I supposed to do? Well, maybe get some scissor-tail rasboras to keep it company. That'd be a cheap option. They're available, I've seen them in big box stores like Petco, and at least in my tank, the Rummynose kind of acclimated just fine. The one that survived acclimated just fine has been in this tank with these scissor tails for a whole year and doesn't seem to have any negative health issues. So that was just one solution that I wanted to introduce if other people find themselves in the same situation. Thank you for watching, and see you again soon.